Alright, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakaha, Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four quarters of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to do a quick, short lesson on this. Just a quick heads up. We could be facing persecution real soon. And this is all based on a statement that was made by Trump. As you see in this article right here from RT.com, Trump vows to hunt down those funding radical left violence. Okay. So then if we scroll down here, right, it says President Donald Trump has vowed to pursue not only the assassin of the conservative activist Charlie Kirk, but also those he accused of funding and fueling radical left political violence across the United States. Now, we know that Esau likes to use he likes to throw out particular words or talking points to justify draconian actions. So, you know, we have the word radical left and political violence, right? Which is the two main phrases I want you to pay attention to. So we come over here, right? Political violence, and this is the AI overview of it. Political violence is the use of force, coercion, or intimidation to achieve political goals. This can include acts by governments against civilians or vice versa, right? This could include acts by civilians against governments, actions by non-state actors, or conflicts between states. It extends from individual acts of violence to large-scale events like war or genocide. So then we come down here and they give us some examples of political violence, right? Genocide, state repression and torture, political brutality. Non-state political violence includes actors operating independently of the government. Examples include rebellion, insurgency, revolution, terrorism, rioting. Okay, and for a long time, we know that Esau has been throwing out this word terrorism and trying to link it to particular groups. Now, when 9/11 happened, okay, the Arabs, they were placed in the category of the non-state political violence group. Okay, and the proof of that was they were called terrorists. Okay, now even civilians can be placed under the non-state political violence group or category. Okay, so you know, we got these Israelite groups out there, you know, who's basically walking around, with AKs and all that, toting guns and basically you're giving Esau Edom ammunition to basically say, look, we think we found the leftist radical group who's basically inciting violence in our land, blah blah blah, you see. And that's why we tell you guys out there that are a part of these different Israelite groups, stop going out on the highways and hedges with Bibles in your hands, with weapons and bulletproof vests on, because that's not a bad look, man. And you're basically, putting a stain on the ministry. And the Holy Scriptures speak about, that the ministry be not blamed. Then, I come over here to radical, the definition of radical, just to get straight to the point, right? A radical is a person who advocates thorough, complete political or social reform, a member of a political party or part of a party pursuing such aims. So you see, Esau is basically looking for any type of excuse to categorize the Hebrew Israelites as a non-state political violence group. Because ultimately that's what Esau wants, man. He's looking for a reason to justify sending, which inevitably they're going to send martial law after us, because the so-called elites, the rulers of this society who call themselves Rothschilds, which will be the biblical Edomites, they know that you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites of the Holy Scriptures, and they also know that that we here at Great Millstone, we have the 100% truth of the Holy Scriptures. The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? And that's basically what these devils are getting ready to do, man. Because this whole Kirk thing could have been staged or set up by the U.S. government. And for all we know, Kirk could have been a sacrifice by the U.S. government to further push forward with this New World Order agenda. So I wouldn't put it past me if this whole thing was set up to further demonize the men of the Lord, and for Esau to move forward with his New World Order agenda to further pass more draconian laws. Okay? This is Isaiah 29 verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and that which watch for iniquity are cut off. Who watched for iniquity? These Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man does, okay? He watches for iniquity. That make an offender for a word. And that's what's getting ready to happen. We're getting ready to enter into a time to where if there's particular talking points on YouTube, you could be subject to having the police, a martial law troop, or even a ICE agent knocking on your door, questioning you and your motives, right? They're making offended for a word because they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And that's what these devils are doing. They're laying a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. That's why the so-called white man's been letting all of you carnal-ass Israelite groups go out on the highways and hedges, teaching with guns and all that, because even if you don't do it no more, Esau still got the videos downloaded of you out there on the highways and the hedges from years back. You out there on the highways and the hedges with guns and shit, bulletproof vests, trying to portray yourself as some militant group. And Esau can basically use that and be like, the Hebrew Israelite groups, promoting violence and blah blah blah, in which we don't promote violence, okay? We here at Great Millstone, we do not promote violence, okay? The Holy Scriptures say, be ye wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay? We're not going to take vengeance into our hands. Vengeance belongs to the Lord, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And turn aside the just for a thing of naught. You see that? Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So the accuser The accuser of our brethren, as it is written in the book of Revelation, is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And we see it. We see it, man. And we know that whenever Trump starts talking about radical left or political violence, we know that he's really throwing shots at us, okay? At the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, because Esau's looking for a reason to physically make a move on us. But he can't, because he know the U.S. government know they cannot combat with us spiritually because they'll lose. So they got to find a way to physically come after us, and they're looking for every chance they get. So keep your eyes open, brothers. Look out for particular talking points. Before I close out, let me also get this as well, because even though the devil walks crooked sideways like a crab, we still see you, bro. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. With that, I'm going to say shalom. Is on to the next one.